I am Chair Johnson and Councilmember Johnson, and this is the January 21st, 2026 FNA Committee meeting. And I will call us to order, and we will begin with the roll. I see Council Members Holloway and uh, Washington are present, along with it looks like Mr. Mayor Mayhew. We have City Administrator Chambliss, and it looks like we have our City Attorney Burke. Is there anyone else that I am missing to call for roll?
Yes,
Okay,
we have interim city clerk Robert Thrall, as
okay,
well as various other staff.
okay. Excellent. Then we can note the attendance and move on to the agenda approval.
So
Can I
moved.
get a motion to approve? Thank you. And a second?
Second.
All right, then without objection, we will consider the agenda approved. Seeing and hearing no objection, we will move to public comments. Since I'm not there, I can't see if there's anyone in chamber who would like to make public comment. Is there anyone present who would like to make public comment?
No, Chair, doesn't appear to be.
Okay, then public comment is closed, which takes us to the minutes. And can I get a motion to approve the minutes dated January 6th, 2026?
So moved.
Second.
And without objection, we'll consider them adopted. I'll wait just a second to see if there's any discussion.
No.
Okay, then without objection, we will consider them to be approved. And then we have the approval of claims and warrants dated January 26, 2026. And I did not receive any communication from any council members regarding this item ahead of time, but of course we could discuss it now. Do any council members have any concerns or notes about the claims report?
No questions for me.
No questions.
Okay. Then without objection, we will also consider the claims report as ready to forward, not approved, but ready to forward to council. Okay, next is a discussion item, a list of legislative priorities, which I did send a copy to staff that I believe is the latest version, at least that I am aware of, that hopefully we could get up on screen. Excellent. So unless there's any specific discussion here about amending them, we did have a good discussion in our last couple of council meetings about this. It seems like we're getting pretty close. I would like to get us to forward this on to council and have any other further discussions there. But we do have an issue with regard to sort of the timing of this, which is that the legislative session is going to likely be nearly half over or so, since we're in the short session by the time we get this done. My personal thought is that I still think that this is worth sending along to our legislators, as they are our representatives for the entire term that they serve, not just while they are in session. So it's good for them to be aware of our priorities. Anyway, some of them may end up being reelected, some of them may not, but they could always take that information forward as appropriate. Uh, I believe that, and I could stand corrected, but I believe at least our state senator is going to be serving in the next legislative session, as I do not believe that she is up for election this year. So again, just good to get these priorities forward, in my opinion. So even though it's a little late into the game here, I don't think that it's a bad thing to continue moving forward with this. But what do you think, Council?
Question.
Yes.
For the community center expansion, I thought it was something a little more than 5 million, but do we know what the dollar figure is that is currently of asked at the state level?
Yeah.
Okay, so we might strike that and say requesting funding, state and county funding to support a pool, and leave it as ambiguous as to the exact dollar figure.
I think I would tend to agree. What do you think, Councilmember Washington?
Yeah, I think since we don't know the dollar figure,
Yeah.
it'd be smart not to put a dollar figure on there until we know the dollar figure.
Any thoughts from staff on that? Seeing none,
And
I'd be happy to
if,
move forward with that. Other thoughts, council?
yeah, if we're putting this forward to state legislature at this stage, I would suggest that we take the Parkway transfer and make it third on the list.
Okay, so kind of reprioritize.
Yeah, I don't want them to,
Like,
I don't want to lose them on the first page before they get to the second page and that one's on the second page.
well,
Hmm.
so quick question, Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so is this in order of priority, this list? That was my question.
I think that nominally that would be kind of the idea, perhaps not a strict numbered list, but I think that most likely having it in an order would, if nothing else, be implied, unless otherwise specifically stated.
Yeah. Then I would make that recommendation, Snoqualmie Parkway jurisdiction transfer, but also the property tax cap, potentially moving that up on the list
Where
as
would you-
well. Um,
After the public
well,
safety?
let me, give me just 1 second, please, Councilmember. Let me see here. So if we move this and made this number 3 after affordable housing, public safety. Yeah, I would put it directly underneath. Yeah, I would put it after Snoqualmie Parkway jurisdiction transfer.
Ahead of
So
public
make it,
safety?
yeah, so actually, yeah, so make it number 4 on the list. Yeah, so these are all public safety, probably don't want to divide them up.
No objection from me, Chair.
Uh, okay.
We're
I
getting, we're getting advice on the side?
Okay. Sorry, it's a very, very small picture. I can't tell who's raising their hand. Sorry.
Does staff have
Nope.
any thoughts on that or? Okay.
If not, then okay. Then I don't have any other moves, so I would recommend that we forward this on to council, but certainly as a discussion item, not on consent.
Mhm,
Yes.
correct.
Okay. Hearing no other discussion, then we can move on to the next item. Yes, go ahead.
Chair, just to close out that conversation.
Yeah.
Considering the short legislation, even though this is draft, we haven't gone to council yet, is there intent to forward this on to our representative? To get them,
So we have 6, remember, 2 senators, 4 representatives. So certainly we'll send it to them. I think, they're well into the session, so, how much time they'll sort of focus on. This week is sort of what most municipalities are there in Olympia this week if they're going for what are called action days. It's kind of municipal action days is this week, so it probably won't obviously get to them. Not probably, it won't get to them obviously until you have the council meeting next week. They're still in session though, so they'll see it. We'll make sure they get it, but they probably won't have a lot of time to spare for us to talk to them about
understood,
it.
I just.
We will
Like
absolutely,
pants.
yeah, no, we will absolutely get it to them. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions on this item or discussions about this item? Okay. Hearing none, then that takes us to the next thing, which is future meeting agenda items. This is informational. Does staff have information to share with us on upcoming items?
Anything now?
So if I could just
Yeah, go ahead, Mayor.
share with you. So we have kind of a change in process that we're doing internally. We had a change in mayor, and so processes change. And then, as you're all aware, our city clerk separated, which is the person that kind of processes a lot of our our agendas, creates them and sends them out. And so a little bit of what happened was we copied over items that were on the agenda previously without really necessarily getting through the process of did we actually have something to say. So in fact, we have nothing to tell you right now on this item, this meeting. We likely will in future meetings, but that was sort of a carryover. We didn't have anything on our mind to tell you.
Just, just a quick follow-up, Mr.
Yeah,
Mayor,
go ahead.
on that. Thank you, Chair. So the future meeting agendas and the process you mentioned, Mr. Mayor, does that cascade to the committees as well? So not just for the council agenda, but the committees?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, sorry, I said it poorly. I meant the committees.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
this committee, of course, sets the council agenda.
Correct.
We do have once you get to that point on your agenda, we do have some thoughts that we'll give you about that agenda that are different than what's in the version you've received. So we'll update you at that point. But yeah, no, I was speaking about the committee agendas and the process around that.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Any more discussion on future meeting agenda items? Hearing none, that takes us to the review of the council agenda for January 26, 2026. And we will begin at 6 p.m. this time with a roundtable, call to order and roll call, agenda approval.
We have a quick, sorry
Yes.
to interrupt here. We have a quick question.
Go ahead,
It's okay.
Mr. Chambliss.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. We would like to remove the roundtable from the agenda.
Okay. Then we will just skip all of that.
What am I gonna do for?
Yeah, what am I gonna eat dinner or something? All right. Then instead of starting at the roundtable, did I hear some other discussion? No? Okay. Then we will start the regular agenda at 7 p.m. And that will start with a call to order and roll call, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and agenda approval. Then we will go to public hearings, presentations, proclamations, and appointments, beginning with council liaison assignments from the Mayor Pro Tem, appointments for committees and commissions, Mayor Chambliss. Yeah. Did you wish to continue with that, or is that going to be held off?
We would like to remove item number 5. It's
Oh.
duplicate.
Yeah. I was just about to get to that. But as far as the appointments for committees and commissions from the administration, is that still going forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Do we know who are candidates for what positions or?
We'll get that information to you by the end of this week, so you have time to look at it over the weekend before Monday.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay. If there are no other, and then strike item number 5. And then after that, we'll go to public comments and requests for items that are not on the agenda as per usual, followed by the consent agenda, which currently has the city council meeting minutes and the claims report. Are there any other items from other committees? Yeah, Mr. Chambliss.
Yes, sir. The parks item was requested to go to consent.
All right, so that's the 2026 to 2031 Parks Property Tax Levy Agreement.
We have one more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and I'd also like to say for item number 6, the city council meeting minutes, there was an error. It should be the minutes dated January 12th, not 26th.
Ah, that would make a lot more sense.
We're pre-writing them.
Yeah.
And
Approve them as we go.
And then I have another one from Public Safety Committee, the Agenda Bill 26-001, the Sunnyside Interlocal Agreement.
Yeah.
Came from committee last night to go to consent agenda.
Excellent. Okay. Then if there's nothing else on the consent agenda, that takes us to committee reports. Public Safety Committee has one item, the Independent Force Investigation Team, AB 25-02 127. Community Development does not currently have anything and did not meet this week. Parks and Public Works, is there anything else from Parks and Public Works besides that agenda bill?
I believe that was the only agenda bill on their agenda tonight.
But no other discussion items, etc. Okay. Then F and A does not have anything since. Oh, actually, you know what? We should have our discussion of legislative priorities. Should that be an F and A or under Committee of the Whole? Yes, Chambliss.
Um, I'll answer that question and suggest committee of the whole, but we seem to be missing an item in F and A, which is the flood update.
Okay.
I don't know why that's
Well,
not.
I mean, we didn't really talk about it tonight either. I don't believe that's on the agenda for tonight. Are we ready for that at this next council meeting? Or should that come through F and A first before going on to council at the following meeting?
Mayor's got his
We
hand
have a
up.
question.
Yeah, Mayor.
Yeah, ready to present tonight, and also ready to present at the council meeting. It's not a long presentation, but we like to keep you updated on what's happening, and there's a bit of additional information we have for you. So if you have time on your agenda tonight, we'd like to present to you, and then your decision, but I think you may like us to present the same thing to the full council.
Well,
That,
go ahead.
yeah, that's an excellent idea. Chair, do we need to amend the agenda this evening?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Can I get a motion to amend the agenda as proposed?
So moved.
Second for discussion.
Okay. And also we need to set when. I think that we should probably just go to that now since we're talking about amending
Hang on,
the
hang on.
upcoming.
I don't
Yes,
think
go
it's
ahead.
I don't think it's actionable by the F and A.
Mhm.
So I think this will be the same presentation twice, if I'm not mistaken. In that case, why don't we save people some time and we just do it at council?
I am
I'm
amenable to
curious
that.
to see it, love to see it. I just,
Yes.
I realize it's 6 something or other at night.
Well, just follow up discussion.
Councilmember Washington.
Yeah, I would, thank you. I would like to have a discussion on potentially, is there relevant information that this committee should hear?
Mayor's got a hand up.
Mayor's got a hand.
Mayor.
Yeah, we've probably now spent more time discussing it than presentation is. It's very brief, but it does have some information about how we're planning to account for this, which the rest of the council may look to this committee for thoughts on, and that's why we wanted to get that in front of you. Apologize for the double up, but we thought you might appreciate it. We're happy to just
Okay.
do it once at council if you prefer.
I withdraw comment.
Okay, then without objection, why don't we pause going through the council roundtable since we're talking about adding something to the council agenda as it is. And I feel like I can't finish going through the council agenda until we have solved this issue. So without objection, why don't we go ahead and have that discussion now and then come back to the council agenda.
Okay.
Okay, no objection, then let's do that. Looks like Finance Director Boutte is up.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening to you, Council. Thank you for having me here today. I'm going to share my screen, everyone. Moment. All right. So as the mayor mentioned, we wanted to describe to you how we plan to account for the cost incurred as a result of the 2025 flood event. Currently, right now, the Finance Department has posted any costs incurred from that flood event to our reserve fund. The reserve fund at the city maintains and provides money to the general fund and other funds when necessary in order to respond to unexpected events, such as economic instability, public emergencies, which is what this flood event is, or cash flow issues. So it's a money that we have available basically within this fund, this reserve fund, to be able to expend on, say, the public emergency that we just had. The reserve fund over time has been typically funded through transfers of unrestricted cash from the general fund when sources of cash exceed uses of cash within the general fund. In addition to that, the funding that we put into this fund is also supplemented from the interest that we earn from investing the reserve fund cash, which will help to kind of supplement our general fund transfers overall and keep our balance at the requisite amount. Now, a proposal to replenish that reserve fund with options will be presented as a part of the biennial budget process. So as we kind of shift towards the biennial budget, starting relatively soon, we'll kind of come back to you with options for how to address replenishing that reserve fund. Now, I want to stress the table on the right there. I want to stress that these are estimates right now, and so just take that in mind. I'm going to give you just a brief moment to just kind of take a look at that and soak it in. No pun intended.
Yes, for the rainy day fund for the rain event. Now, given that this is an estimate for the federal disaster assistance, is there a reason for it being 401 instead of 400,000?
Yeah, it looks very specific. In essence, what we could recover from the federal government or assistance, roughly 75% of our total cost. Now, we have to keep in mind that there are some costs that are eligible for us to ask the federal government to assist, but there are other potential costs that are not eligible. Right now, this is my best estimate of what we could potentially ask for and ideally receive from the federal government. But as it's stated here, it's really just an estimate right now at this stage. So, certainly there's a margin of error associated with this.
Here we have a question
From-
from the mayor.
Yes, Mayor.
Yeah, you have to appreciate that Director Boutte has already rounded that number. On the first draft that came through was went to more digits, and Director Boutte noticed that and said, "We'll round it.
It's an estimate.
It's an estimate." So you do make a good point that they rounded to the nearest thousand, and perhaps they could have rounded a bit more. So if it's okay with you, we might round it just a tad more for the council meeting if there's no objection from you.
Yeah, it does look odd.
Why?
Well, the fact that one council member noted the 1,000,
Yeah, we can
maybe
take
that's
that off the
distracting,
table.
so we'll
Yeah.
take that off the table.
Well,
So-
personally, to prevent future conversations, if you should leave it at 401. If you get asked, it's an estimate. Move on.
As long as you're all happy with
We
that.
all
we
need
will do that.
training.
There you go.
So I have a quick question, Chair.
Go ahead, Councilmember Washington.
Yeah, so thank you, Director. So the state disaster assistance, I noticed that, we just, we don't know. Is that because it's not as formulaic as the federal disaster, or do they disperse differently, or why the?
So we've just had some preliminary conversations with our elected officials at the state level. Certainly they're in a short session right now in which this may be considered as a part of that, but no promises have been made basically to any of the cities out there about whether the state will be or have funds available to reimburse us for some of our flood related expenses. So right now it's just very, very brief, but just want to put it out there in case something does happen. We'll keep that in the back of our mind, but no promises.
We truly don't know yet. Okay,
Yes.
well said. Thank you.
I bet they're waiting to see what happens to the big number before they put the little numbers in, so it's gonna be a while.
If the big number.
Is there more to the presentation, or is this pretty much it?
This is pretty much it. I'm certainly happy to answer any questions from the full council. I'll just note for maybe everyone's benefit that about 3 hours ago, we did submit to the state our preliminary damage assessment, which is a pretty huge project within the finance department. So we're kind of off and running in terms of giving them our information. Certainly there are additional costs that may result from the flood event. As time progresses, we'll include those into the preliminary damage assessment. Right now, we're operating off of some bids, so there's some cost estimates that are included as part of that, but expect this to be refined over time as we continue to progress into the future. And our commitment to you is to come back and have these kind of regular updates with you so that you can keep track as we kind of go along this process.
Yeah, the overall concept here seems to me exactly what the purpose is of this fund. It's when you have something like this that occurs, and the intent is not to drain it, but to eventually replenish it over time, which it clearly says is the intention of the administration as we go into the biennial budget process. So I'd be happy to move this along to council, but are there any other thoughts or discussion from this committee on this item?
Yeah, just one, I guess, one.
Go ahead, Councilmember Hallway.
I can see the scroll bar. Is there a page 2?
No, there is no page 2.
All right. You had me at the heights of a one-page presentation,
Sure.
and I thought, no, there's a second page, but now I'm back at the
I'll,
height.
I'll,
All
steer-
right, good.
I'll satisfy your
Well done,
curiosity.
thank you.
Yeah.
So just a quick
Is
follow-up.
a Mel-sized scroll bar. Yes, Councilmember Washington.
Thank you. So, Director, are we anticipating the flood event costs figure to potentially grow? Kind of, just deriving from your second to last paragraph there, as more of the assessment comes in, we'll know more. But are we anticipating that 667,000 to potentially grow?
We're getting closer to where we're going to end up just from the last couple weeks at this point. So it's going to be closer to that number, but I don't want to guarantee anything plus or minus from that at this point.
Understood.
It's a very fluid situation. Another pun, but.
Chair?
Yes, sounded like that was the mayor.
Chair, yep.
Yes, Mayor.
Fluid situation, and yes, I noticed what you said, Chair, about draining the fund. Yes, you guys are, we're hearing you all. But I did just want to report to you that at the federal level on Friday, I did meet in person with Representative Schreier, who asked about this number. I've been in with follow-up with her staff. They're monitoring this very closely, obviously not just us, but all cities. They're very interested in trying to help out as much as they can in getting this through. It will be, FEMA funding is a little more uncertain this year. In any year, it's uncertain what will ultimately qualify. And it's even a bit more uncertain this year. They're built a little bit short-staffed now because of some staffing changes they've made. And so we'll see how the process works out. This is an estimate that may, change over time. And our commitment is to keep coming back to you until this is closed out with updated numbers. So every couple of weeks, at least at this committee, we'll bring you an update. Even if there isn't one, we'll let you know that. And then you can decide when you want us to go to full council with any updates along the way.
Thank you, Mayor.
Oh, sorry. And I also meant to mention at the state level, Representative Callan and Representative Steele both have asked for information on our numbers so they can continue to monitor this. Again, as Director Boutte said, they haven't committed to any particular bill, but they are committed to trying to monitor and see what the state can do to help out. So that's very encouraging that they're staying, so close to it and trying to see what they can do to help. So we'll keep you updated on what we learn from that as well.
And other thoughts or questions? The last question I have is then what this would be titled on the council agenda, because I do think that the public is following our overall response and how we are covering the finances, all of these things. And I wouldn't want there to be some sort of confusion that we were going to be reviewing our plan for responding to these or anything like that, that it's clear that this is just about specifically the funding. City Administrator Chambliss.
How about the flood recovery update?
Well, put in funding somewhere.
The financial flood.
Flood
Yeah,
recovery,
something along those lines.
Finance impact.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, flood financial impact, something like that. Just so it's clear that we're not talking about what were the police doing, what were the fire doing, et cetera, et cetera.
But will we eventually be getting will there be an after action review of the actions that were taken during the flood? And no matter what, if nobody's perfect, we can do something better.
City Administrator Chambliss.
Yes, it's in draft form. Anticipating getting the last reviews, remainder of this week, and then
Okay.
we can wrap it up.
Okay. Any other thoughts on this item? If not, then without objection, we will put that on the agenda for the council meeting under F&A committee. All right. Then I don't believe that there's anything else for F&A committee on the agenda. For committee of the whole, we would have council priorities as we discussed tonight and had a couple of amendments to, mostly to the order. Anything else for committee of the whole? Councilmember Washington.
Yeah. Maybe, what is it? Liaison assignments?
That was up above.
Yeah,
Is it-
that's
oh.
yeah.
Where is it?
It's way up above.
Appointment.
Yeah, keep going up.
Okay.
Yeah, under appointments.
Didn't see it.
Okay. Then with nothing else, there will be the mayor's report and commission and committee liaison reports, followed by adjournment. Any other items from staff or council that should be amended or added?
No. Yeah.
Okay, then, seeing none, without objection, we'll adopt this as our council agenda for Monday night.
Agreed.
Right. I don't
Thank
believe
you.
that there is anything else on our agenda for tonight. So unless there is any objection, we can consider ourselves adjourned for tonight.
No objection.
Second.
All right, then we are adjourned. Thank you all for being here.